Steelers Nation, what up? The Pittsburgh Steelers win today in as per usual, a very Steeler and Bronco esque game where the Steelers give us Steeler fans heart attacks. But I will say this: I want to get this out of the way. Um, Justin Fields had a great game. He had a great game. He had a better game than last week. He looked more comfortable. It looked like he was reading the middle of the field way better than what he was. Getting it to George Pickens, which, by the way, Pat Pat Surtain, kindly let me say this. You looked like an absolute bum today versus George Pickens. George Pickens is a dog. And he wanted to go up against Pickens. He got his answer because he's the best, literally the best corner on the team. Went up against George Pickens, and George Pickens absolutely cooked his ass. And just a game where you look at it and think, wow, like, we really we really got a good win. Let me turn that down. Yeah, there we go. Now my Steelers light looks good. We got a win today versus the Broncos. I know a lot of people will be saying, well, it's the Broncos. They suck. I don't give a damn. A win is a win. And probably our first big challenge will be versus the Chargers next week. But I'm going to get into some stats here. I cannot see worth a shit right now on this side. Ugh. Whoa. No. Okay. Go to stats here. So in this game, Justin Fields threw 13 completions on 20 attempts, 117 yards, and threw one touchdown. Should have been 2 touchdowns, but a penalty took it away. Looking here, Najee Harris had 69 yards. I mean, if this offense would have been able to keep doing their thing, I really do believe that he would have had possibly over 100 yards today. Because he was just looking, that could have been what happened. But yeah, we did get a touchdown in this game, but, because of just terrible penalties, we had a total of 10 penalties. 10 penalties put on just us. 10 penalties on the offense. And some of that was also on defense for jumping. But above that, man, I didn't get to see the game televised, but I watched the highlights. So yeah, um, above anything else, I mean, why was it on? Okay. Pat Fryermuth, what? Wait. Yeah, Pat Fryermuth led in yardage with 39 yards. I do wish to see him get more involved. Darnell Washington had our only touchdown. I did not expect to be calling his name in this video. But above anything else, it looked good. Now the defense did really nice. I know that it's the Broncos and it's Bo Nix, and all that, but a win is a win, and at the end of the day, this team came out, did its thing. How many yards? I'm just wondering. With Bo Nix being the lead, with the lead rusher, let's see, 25 yards for Bo Nix rushing, 17 yards for Javonte Williams. Jaleel McLaughlin had 6, and Tyler Batty had 16. So we did good there. Now a real task begins when these allergies. When we go and face the Chargers, which will be another home game. I will be watching that game. So you can expect me to get a video out on that, even a preview of it. And you can expect a post game every time I do a Steelers or see the Steelers play, or even when I don't see them play. I'm going to get content out for you guys. So in this season, I'm really focused in on it. But yeah, Justin Fields had a really solid day. Now, a lot of the things that he did today, those stats won't show up because of the penalties we had. A lot of the stuff he did just won't show up because of specifically those penalties. Those need to be cleaned up. But I think in another reason you look at why it was so close, because you know who I'm going to say? Mike Tomlin. He got conservative. He got too comfortable. Instead of continuing to be aggressive, he told his guys to play it safe and play it comfortable. And it could have nearly shot us in the foot. So, above anything else, we played good. Let me throw this in there. The Deshaun Elliott tackle for loss on the running back. Just when he gets a hold of a running back, he's not going to let go. You can expect that from him. And Corey Trice had a hell of, well, I'm not going to say hell of a game, but he had an interception in this game, which turned out to be the biggest play for the Steelers in this game. He got a interception in the end zone. And good for Corey Trice. I want them to get him more involved. I believe in the slot or something is where he's more preferred at, the slot position. And JPJ plays man. Again, I might be wrong about that. But Get him more involved because he's just going to get that much better. And I look forward to him having a pretty decent season. And who knows, this might be his only interception. But he's also given a sign that if you throw his way when he's covering a receiver, he's going to pick it off or attempt to intercept it. So, yeah. And on defense, I mean, Alex Highsmith had the tackles. He had 1 sack. Did TJ not? I could have sworn TJ had a... Yeah, between him and TJ, that's 2 sacks on the day. Now, I know a lot of people will be... would have wanted more or something like that. But the fact that, Watt only had 1 sack in this, but also Highsmith showing that he can go out there and get sacks makes it even better. It takes a huge, weight off of TJ's shoulders when Highsmith and all the other guys can pressure someone. It makes his job that much easier. And now TJ Watt's TJ Watt. He's a monster. He is a absolute alien when you look at it. He had to be created in a freaking laboratory because he just does unworldly shit when he is on the field. He is not afraid to stay aggressive, and that's what made Bo Nix shit and piss his pants in today's game. But I will say this. Penalties galore happened at the end of this game. 10 different penalties put on Pittsburgh. We cannot allow that. That needs to be cleaned up. Secondly, stop being conservative and comfortable when you have a lead. Continue to be aggressive, Tomlin. Stop being conservative because that's when teams get back in the games. And that's came back to shoot us in the foot for how many years? And that will forever be a problem with Mike Tomlin as head coach. Conservative. Until the day that he is gone out of this league or retires, which is what they'll do. They won't fire Tomlin. We have what? Hayward's playing the rest of his on a new contract for 4 years. He deserves to be a champion, man. He deserves to be champ. I'm not saying it's going to happen this season, which it's not. It's not. So get it out of your head if you're thinking that way. But we've seen progression from this team. Progression is something this team has lacked for so long. And I give that credit full 100 to Arthur Smith because his game plan, getting in with these tight end spreads, I love that. I love that he's getting our tight ends involved, which is something we've lacked for so long. We know we can get the receivers involved, but getting the tight ends involved as well. I do think that we should trade for a receiver when we go to the deadline. That would be a must. I would love if we got Devontae Adams. That would be great. Anybody out there who says we hope we get Devontae Adams at the deadline, please speak that into existence. That would be awesome. George Pickens and Devontae Adams on the same field, bro. Just to put it bluntly or put it appropriately, man, I would have to change my pants after that. But yeah, the Steelers win today. It was a very, very ugly win because of how it ended. But I will say this: Justin Fields, you looked awesome today. You got us a touchdown, which just getting that one touchdown was that absolutely made my day. Even though it was that one touchdown only, I really do believe we can build off of that and how we performed in the beginning of this game. We need to channel that energy and take it in to the rest of the season. Not just next week versus, which I think it's next week. Uh, Hang on. Uh, yep, next Sunday, September 22nd at 1 p.m. The Chargers will be visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that will be their first big challenge to me. That this conservative play at the end of the game will not at the end of the game will not fly versus Jim Harbaugh's Chargers. It just won't happen. Not only that, it'll be the first big test, I'm going to say, for the defense in certain areas and also the offense. Can we stop that run game? Can we stop the pass? The answer is yes. Sorry if I hit my mic. The answer is yes, we can stop it. But you got to stay aggressive all game long. Play like you've been playing by disrupting the passes, getting interceptions, because this is week 2. That's 2 weeks in a row we've got this secondary's gotten an interception. This corner position and everything, great. That was a good game. Getting the interceptions. I know it was mainly just, I'm going to say just that one that we got. No, KZ got an interception. So 2 interceptions today by 2 backups. But that's what I want to see, the depth get involved. Because that's what has shot us in the foot, is not having good depth. Plus, speaking of depth, that's what the Steelers have been lacking at the right tackle position. They didn't go out and get a right tackle because they want to rely on Broderick Jones to step in if something happens. And I'm done with that experiment. Get him, put him at left tackle, sit him, have him get healed up, and have him learn and discipline. Have him learn the discipline and literally put him at left tackle when he's ready. When he's ready. But above anything else, I'll say this. The offensive line did its job. It was a little bit scary there at the end because of the penalties and stuff, like I said. But, man, we got the job done. We're 2-0. It was an ugly win. Hopefully we can be more aggressive going into next season. Or not next season, but next week. Yeah, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. That's going to be the biggest thing. So, let's get... Hopefully we can just bring the freaking hammer to the Chargers next week. Get that win versus the Chargers and build off of it. Build off this win. Go in next week back at home and defeat the Chargers, because that right there is one of the toughest teams that you're going to face this season. And that will go a long way to prove where this team is at, because that is a playoff team. I'm going to say it right now. The Chargers are a playoff team. If they continue playing the way they have, they will be in playoffs. So, if the Steelers want to prove that they are a playoff team, like we have so far, we have shown that we can be a playoff team, that we can. Still a long season. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. We've shown so far that we are a playoff team. But you need to clean up some things. The penalties, the biggest one, that's what shot us in the foot. George Pickens got robbed of a big play down the field, and robbed of a touchdown, which would have made two touchdowns in this game. But yeah, man, just a all-around good game. Besides the penalties and stuff, man, I really can't think of anything bad to say. I mean, there's nothing I can really say that was bad besides the penalties that shot us in the foot and Tomlin being conservative. Those two things. If that's all I took from this, I'm a happy camper. You need to clean up some shit, Tomlin, because it's going to bite us in the ass if you don't stop being conservative. But you won't stop being conservative because that's what you do. That's how you've always done it since being the coach. People say it doesn't matter how you win it. What happens when we face the Chiefs? What happens if, for hypothetically, let's say we make the playoffs. What if we face a team like the Chiefs? Or the Bills? Or the Texans? I don't know. That'll be just a doom game. Another game where Mike Tomlin gets outcoached. And we seriously cannot allow that. But we're 2-0, baby. We are 2-0. And that's really all I have on it. Oh, yeah. Broderick Jones got outplayed today by their defense. Now, I'm not even going to try to defend him. That was just bad. But I also ain't going to blame it solely on him, because the Steelers, in general, that's also their fault for not getting depth at the right tackle position to put Broderick at left. Because if we take Broderick Jones away from right tackle, the backup tackle at right tackle, and put him at left, nobody's there at right tackle to fill in. But anyway, we got the win, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 2-0 for the first time in 4 years. The first time since 2020. I'm looking forward to the next opponents. I invite every opponent we face, because If we can't beat the tough competition, then what's the point of being in a playoff push? Or being in a playoff in general if you can't beat the best? They have that chance now. Now go to Pittsburgh or go back home, get the win next week, and let's go Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Thank you all for watching this video. I know I've blabbled on about some of the same stuff. I'm trying to get a little bit better about that. And I will stop saying in these things. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on this video. Comment what your guys' thoughts are. And share this with your friends. Because this channel does not get pushed out without you guys. So, again, I'm here to bring Steelers content. I'm not going to be doing Pirates content because they just absolutely they don't care. So, expect Penguins content. The Pittsburgh Penguins, I know they got a season coming up. I'll probably wait until the regular season, the NHL regular season, to do the post games and stuff because, again, it's preseason. Nothing counts in preseason hockey. So, yeah. Look forward to that. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. And, yeah, that'll be... Let's see. Let's get 10 likes. 10 likes. I don't think y'all can do it. Those who watch it, I don't think y'all can do it. So I'm challenging you guys. Every time I get on here, it'll be a challenge. But, again, slow and steady wins the race. And I really, really hope you guys have a blessed day. That's it on this video. Have a wonderful rest of your night or day wherever you're watching from. Peace.